Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is the case of the Idaho quadruples. May the 4 victims rest in peace, condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. This footage is from JLR Investigates, who's done an excellent job in this case. JLR did this clip 6 months ago that I just came across. This is Lindel Lane, and look at the CCTV camera or building camera that has been destroyed. I wonder why they would destroy this camera. Is it because social media continues talking about the Lindel Lane footage? Could it be that something possibly happened in Lindel Lane? I know these are students that are going to vandalize places and break things, but I find it strange that they haven't broke other cameras. It's just this one. What was so important in this footage that they had to destroy? Although it's too late, the footage is with the police. I just find it strange. So I'll show you a bit about this clip. And like, share and subscribe to JLR Investigates. He's done a great job. This is just a reaction channel. This is under fair use purpose. So let's take a ride along with JLR. Lindel Lane is now far from Queens Road and 1122 Kings Road. So pay attention. We've come to Lindel Lane. JLR is going to park and then show us the camera. JLR has done a lot of excellent work and taken excellent interviews in this case, which I really appreciate. You'll see the camera. He's getting off his car. They broke one of the cameras. They broke the one facing the street. Isn't that strange? The one facing where Enter Drive. I do believe students vandalize and break things in college, but it's quite strange that it's the Lindel Lane camera, the one that we all are so focused on YouTube and TikTok. Lindel Lane footage is always debunked, but I wonder why. Was there something that really happened there? And I believe the Lindel Lane footage would have shown exactly if it was Brian Christopher Koberger's car or not, which I don't believe it was. I found this to be really interesting. Although they broke this camera maybe a year and something after the unalivings, it is still strange Why did they choose to vandalize and destroy and damage the camera on Lindel? Not on Taylor Avenue, not on Kings Road, but on Lindel. So it's actually a walking distance when you walk from behind. And I wanted to share with you all this picture. That is the Sigma Chi fraternity. And this small brick house with the white lights on is where the four figures passed when they ran, or whether they were walking fast, running, jogging, at 3:12 in the morning, close to the timings of the unalivings, or maybe actually the time of the unalivings, because the previous timeline was between 3 to 4, which I still believe. They could have easily found out who it was because the lights were on. I'm sure this house has a camera. I don't understand why they haven't investigated the 5 or 4 figures running. They knew they were from the Sigma Chi. Could that be the reason that there was thorough investigation going on in the Sigma Chi for a couple of weeks right after the unalivings? There were Idaho State police cars parked outside Sigma Chi for a couple of days. Is it the students and the frats and the sororities, the Greek life that the university is covering? Is this a cover-up? Look at how bright this place is. The Sigma Chi lights were off, strangely enough, and there was a party there, let's not forget. Did they put it off on purpose because they knew exactly what took place with Zan and E? And they possibly knew what was taking place with Maddie and Kaylee? Is that the reason the Sigma Chi lights were all off? But this brick house is really important because it definitely captured the people running by. And let's not forget, the Christmas decorations were already on. Why wasn't there any lights on? Why doesn't Sigma Chi fraternity have cameras? It's supposed to be a frat place. I would assume they're supposed to have cameras in case a fight breaks off, in case crimes happen, in case robberies are committed in the property. People have cameras everywhere. And this is not, I can understand if they're saying 1122 Kings Road did not have a camera. That is a house. But we are talking about a whole fraternity, a whole block. Why wouldn't there be cameras? Or was there not cameras just that night? Look at how many lights they have, but they all were turned off. Was the whole of the Sigma Chi fraternity aware of what was going on? The four figures line up with the 4chan. They spoke about how they were going to do these crimes allegedly within 19 minutes. No phones, they said. They didn't want it to be connected to the Wi-Fi in 1122 Kings Road. They said no guns. Trigger warning, it's too loud. You're going to do it on a Sunday morning. 19 minutes on the whole. One doing the wet job, two looking out. These people actually told us their whole plan. And now they're having the mob mentality with the surveys because they don't want this trial to be tried anywhere else except in Idaho, Moscow, so that they can be the judge, jury, and execution. BK has no chance in Idaho, Moscow. There's too much corruption there. Said it. Can't take it back. But that is what I really mean. These four young victims deserve the correct justice. Every human being is entitled to their justice. God forbid if something happens to us. Idaho Moscow case has triggered me more than any other case in my life because these are 4 young victims. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4. Then you have 2 surviving roommates and a dog. And they're trying to tell us that it's all right. The surviving roommates were not witnesses, according to Chief Fry. And then all of a sudden, 7 weeks later, Dylan is the main witness, trying to tell us that Koberger walked right past her. She opened her door 3 times. She saw him face to face because she said he has bushy eyebrows. To see somebody's eyebrows, you have to be right near the face. You'll have to be face to face. Strangely enough, she didn't mention the eye color, which would have captured quickly. If his eyes were big, small, blue, green, dark brown, it would have shown because you're face to face with the person. DM, quit while you're ahead before you break down in trial. What have these 4 poor victims done that was so terrible, unforgivable that they had to lose their lives over it? Then instead of them getting a proper investigation, the FBI was called in 5 days later. Make that make sense, Chief Fry? While they're holding on to this case, move it to Ada County, another county. Judge, you can clearly see how these young mobs are acting. In Idaho Moscow, these frat boys and these people are sending the survey questions allegedly. The reason I say that is I've had messages and emails sent to me, and especially a comment sent to me on a live chat. 2 comments actually, and I know it was David Lott trying to tell me David Lott is innocent. You can hear me, David Lott. Prove your innocency. Where were you that night? What were you all up to? What happened at the party? Why were you staring at Maddie and Kaylee at the grub truck? Why did you and your 2 friends turn your backs as soon as Maddie and Kaylee and Jack Showalter walked in? Why did you have your hands inside your pocket the whole time? We know that you had brewing beef with Xana and E. Maddie wasn't one of your favorites. I'm not going to be like certain creators, YouTube creators, disrespecting the 4 unalived victims by reading every ugly thing on the 4chan, which is all speculations. It's not facts, although it seems very reasonable. I'm not going to say bad things about how Kaylee looked like or Xana looked like, because this is true crime. We have to show respect. We can't mix psychic work with another true crime channel of ours. We need to give the deceased people respect. They deserve that. And we need to give their parents respect. We need to be mindful. True crime 111 or 11 needs to be a bit mindful about how she talks about these students. You can't read every nasty thing on 4chan. Read the main ones that everyone has read once and get over with it, analyze it, react on it. But do not glue on it for 3 days and talk about how Kaylee's mother looks and how she behaves according to the 4chan. Or to talk about how poor or rich Xana was. Or what I call it, the students were. These are her words. She was reading it from there. And I haven't seen any other YouTube creator reading it. That's why I'm calling you out. And let's stop putting, when it's a speculation, let's say it's a speculation. When it's facts, make sure you'll say it's facts. Even I'm training myself to do better on that part. We need to be mindful. We can't just bring things out of a hat like the Jay Slater's case. What you see is what you see. Show what you see. What pictures are not right. What doesn't make sense of the story. We need to show the dead some respect and their families. The families are watching, guys. Look at how bright 1122 Kings Road looks at night. Wouldn't a random person be scared to come to in a house that has lights on like that? There were 5-6 vehicles parked in front of the house. Why would someone take the chance? With 5 people inside the house, there could have been a whole party. This was a party house or a party venue. Make it make sense.